It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, at least on the roads. More traffic, more reasons to be careful, and more reasons to ensure you're covered. In today's edition of Jamaica Magazine, we'll share some critical info on auto insurance. Also today, the style, the colors, the fabric, 3 key elements associated with fashion. And coming up, we teach you how to mix and match so you can put your best self forward. Hello and welcome to our show. I'm Audrey. The magazine unfolds right now.
Government health centers and hospitals have an adequate supply of paracetamols like Panadol and Cetamol to treat the chikungunya virus. Paracetamol in the public health sector is free of cost. For more on chikungunya and the medication, call the Ministry of Health toll-free at 1-888-1-LOVE. That's 1-888-663-5683. Mondays to Fridays, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. A message from the Ministry of Health.
Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith, and this is your GIS News for Friday, November 28. 50 projects have been approved since government's national cleanup campaign began in October to reduce the spread of the chikungunya virus across the island. 39 projects from members of parliament and 11 from the parish councils have been given the go-ahead by the approvals subcommittee overseeing the program. At Wednesday's Jamaica House media briefing, logistics coordinator for the campaign, Colonel Daniel Price, said several communities in Western Jamaica and the Kingston metropolitan region had been cleaned. Attention was also given to 27 communities in Portmore and other areas of St. Catherine.
Jamaicans are heeding the call to take personal responsibility for removing containers and clearing areas in which water settles and where mosquitoes can lay eggs and multiply.
The Students' Loan Bureau has received $250 million to boost its lending capacity. The money was presented in the form of a grant from the Ministry of Finance through the Heart Trust NTA.
This grant is to be used only to fund areas consistent with technical vocational education and training, as well as science, technology, engineering, and mathematics subjects.
And it is particularly significant because in the economy of the 21st century, and having regard to the particular challenges and opportunities of Jamaica, competencies, indeed more than competencies, expertise in STEM subjects and in technical and vocational arenas are most crucial.
Communities served by the Care Bear Early Childhood Institution at Whitfield Town in St. Andrew are to benefit from an $11 million expansion of the facilities. A contract was signed Wednesday between the Embassy of Japan and the institution. It will see to the construction of 3 additional classrooms, an office, kitchen and 2 bathrooms. Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller, who was present at the signing, threw out a challenge to the school and community.
Let me encourage the administrators of this institution to make the best use of the assistance by the Japanese. I want to encourage the community members as well to continue to protect and take care of Care Bear Early Childhood Institution. It is for the benefit of the community and the children of the community.
Even as the price of oil continues to fall, the Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica, PCJ, is calling on Jamaicans to use energy wisely and efficiently throughout the Christmas season. PCJ Group Managing Director Winston Watson made the point for conservation at a recent GIS think tank.
What we're hoping is that as oil price comes down, we still maintain that drive for conservation and efficiency.
Mr. Watson said the PCJ would be stepping up its energy-saving campaign to promote awareness about the many products designed to reduce energy usage and cost. And finally, Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips will be leading a delegation to Chile to participate in a high-level conference being hosted by that country and the International Monetary Fund, IMF. The theme for the conference is Challenges for Securing Growth and Shared Prosperity in Latin America and the Caribbean.
to discuss with Latin America and Caribbean counterparts the short and long-term economic issues impacting the region.
The Finance Minister will be accompanied by the Director General of the Planning Institute of Jamaica, Colin Bullock, and Financial Secretary Devon Rowe. The delegation will leave the island on December 3 and return on December 8. The trip will cost $3.9 million. And that's it for GIS News today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.
Employers, tired of waiting in long lines at the tax office? Wait no further. Government is making it easier for you to pay taxes. As of January 1, 2015, file your employer's annual returns online. No lines, no hassle. Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ will be implementing the mandatory electronic filing of all employers' annual returns. So get with the program and save time and energy. For more information, call 1-888-TAX-HELP. That's 1-888-829-4357 or visit jamaicatax.gov.jm.
Serving, protecting and reassuring. The men and women of the Jamaica Constabulary Force continue to make an important contribution to our nation. And as Police Week comes to a close, we encourage every Jamaican to cooperate with the police as they work to make our society safer.
It is the strategic vision of the police force to ensure that the force we are creating is reflective of professionalism and transparency in all aspects of its operations. I am not proud to stand here and say to you, but if I am truthful, I have to let you know that I know that there is a perception out there that the police are unprofessional. That is the perception. Not necessarily true, because the majority of police officers are professional officers. But the few who continue to tarnish the name of the force give the impression that the entire force is unprofessional. We will have to fix that. They also say that we are corrupt and unethical. And here again, I will tell you that the majority of the police force are honest, decent, and hardworking, not corrupt. But you know, you've all heard that perception is just as strong, if not stronger, than reality. And so to the extent that there is this perception out there about us, we have a duty to do everything to change it. And that is the mission that we are on today.
What are you doing to help the fight against crime?
Sitting on the corner, minding your own business, definitely not going to work.
It is time for us to unite.
Unite.
Unite for change.
Citizens coming together to make their respective communities safer. The police, schools, public health, business, churches, NGOs, parents, and neighborhood watch volunteers.
As we, the police, do our job,
we as citizens need to do our part as well.
Report crimes or even suspicious activities.
Let's all work together
as one united front against crime.
And make Jamaica the place of choice to
live, work, raise families, and do business.
Unite for Change, an initiative of the Ministry of National Security.
The hectic holiday period is almost here. I'm so excited about Christmas. The food, the parties, great. The hustle and bustle, traffic jams, fender benders, not so much. In this next feature, we show you why auto insurance equals peace of mind at this and every other time of the year.
Tires began to screech. A cacophony of horns could be heard howling some sort of warning. They were followed by a tirade of abuse and high-pitched rambling from drivers. Then, deafening silence. It was the unexpected, Another motor vehicle accident that could transform lives into a huge tangled mess of despair. Luckily, there was a safety net: auto insurance.
Auto insurance is used to protect motorists against each other, as well as to protect themselves for damage to their vehicles or to their passengers.
And apart from the protection it provides, Paragraph 4, Section 1 of the Motor Vehicles Insurance Third-Party Risks Act states that it is illegal for any person to use a motor vehicle on the road unless a policy of insurance is in place. This will ensure that if a traffic accident occurs, the victims, motorists, pedestrians, and passengers have some form of compensation for their loss. There are three main types of insurance policies for motor vehicles.
There's third party only, which is the one that's required by law, and that's the one that covers the other guy. It covers your passengers and it covers everybody else on the road. Your vehicle is not covered and you, the driver, are not covered.
Third-party theft and fire offers added protection, ensuring that motorists are compensated if their vehicles are stolen or destroyed by fire.
And then you have comprehensive, which is everything rolled into one. So you're getting fire coverage for your vehicle, theft coverage for your vehicle, and collision coverage for your vehicle, as well as a protection against you accidentally hitting somebody else on the road.
Based on the type of insurance policy, a number of factors may determine one's premium, the sum of money paid out to the insurance company. Factors include the age and the type of vehicle, the age of the policyholder and the driver of the vehicle, or the claims history of the driver.
Somebody with a list of accidents behind their name is going to have a higher premium than somebody without one. So, as I said before, it's a case-by-case situation, and even though there's a general guideline that most insurers will follow in each insurance company, everybody is assessed individually.
The lesson in context: drive carefully. Now, there are other things you can do to lower the cost of your auto insurance. Shop around, compare premiums and benefits offered by insurance companies. Practice defensive driving, drive for yourself and others, and if possible, restrict the number of persons allowed to drive your vehicle. If you live alone, you can consider allowing yourself and a close family member or friend to drive your vehicle. Restriction will attract a lower premium as opposed to an open policy where anyone with your permission can drive the motor vehicle. Another thing you can do to lower your auto insurance is to suspend your policy if you will be off the island for an extended period of time. That's if no one else will be allowed to drive the vehicle. Discuss this with your insurance company, as there is usually some monetary benefit to this type of policy suspension. Installing a tracking device may also reduce your motor vehicle insurance premiums, but do the math. Ensure the tracking device bill isn't more expensive than the money you would save on the premium. You can also negotiate your deductible or excess to lower the insurance premium. A deductible is the amount of money a policyholder pays when there is an accident.
We have it there to avoid the minor fender benders. It would be uneconomical and administratively burdensome to deal with every single ding and dent at an insurance company. Also, we want the policyholder to have a stake in their vehicle.
So if a car values $2 million and the excess is 5% of the value of the vehicle, once the policyholder makes a claim on the insurance policy, he or she would have to contribute $100,000 towards the cost of repairing the vehicle. The excess is, however, refundable if another driver was at fault in the accident and your insurance company was able to settle with that driver's insurance company. To leave financial breathing room, one can also opt to pay their insurance premiums in parts, for example, twice a year. You may end up paying a little more, but at least your savings will not be severely depleted. Note, however, that if there is an accident, you may be required to pay off the premium upfront before you can claim on your policy. Now that we know some of the things we can do to lower the cost of auto insurance, let's turn our attention to what happens if there is an accident.
Take as many pictures as you can if possible on the scene of the accident. 2, get all the information for the other party as much as you can. That's name, who was driving, who owns the vehicle, again that's not always the same person, the type of vehicle, and any insurance details that you can get. Try and find a witness. Far too often we don't have enough claims where we have a witness statement, an independent witness. A passenger in your car doesn't count as an independent witness, especially when it's your husband or wife or brother or sister. then go to the police and report it, and then you must report it to your insurance company.
So why does one's premium go up after an accident? Put it this way, experts say insurance is a pool of funds to which everybody has to contribute. If money from the pool has to be paid out, then the pool has to be readjusted to maintain its balance so that it can adequately compensate all contributors who may suffer a loss.
When you're in an accident and it's going to cost $1 million because somebody's injured and you have to fix the other guy's car, and your premium goes up by $10,000 or $20,000, you're still in the green $980,000. So don't look at it too much as a penalty of your premium going up, but of your contribution to the pool maintaining balance.
From January to June 2013, the motor vehicle insurance industry saw about 16,000 new claims and an increase in personal injury claims due to a change in culture and the legal system. The motor vehicle insurance industry also recorded about 450 thefts from January to June 2013. So auto insurance is there to compensate victims of traffic accidents. Drive carefully on the roads. Determine the best insurance policy, one that provides adequate coverage while attracting a reasonable premium.
The Ebola virus is transmitted through direct contact with an infected person's blood or other bodily fluids such as saliva, urine, stool, and semen. The virus can also be spread if broken skin comes in contact with contaminated items like clothing, bed linen, and needles used by an Ebola patient. Symptoms of Ebola include sudden onset of fever, intense weakness, muscle pain, headache, and sore throat. This may be followed by vomiting, diarrhea and rash, impaired kidney and liver functions, and in some cases both internal and external bleeding leading to death. Ebola cannot be spread by someone who does not have symptoms. The time between exposure and when a person begins to have symptoms is known as the incubation period. For Ebola, this is anywhere from 2 to 21 days. Infected patients should be handled by persons wearing proper personal protective equipment, then transferred to designated isolation centers. Protect yourself. Avoid travel to Ebola-affected countries. Avoid contact with infected persons. Don't touch the body of someone who has died from Ebola. Wash hands frequently and use an alcohol-based sanitizer. To know more, call the Health Ministry's Emergency Operations Center at 1-888-1-LOVE. That's 1-888-663-5683.
So speak life to the deadest, darkest night. Speak life when the sun.
Violence against women and girls is too commonplace in our society. Too often our women and girls are beaten, raped, and verbally abused. Break the silence. Say no to violence. Let us unite to end violence against our women and girls.
That was a message from Senator the Honorable Sandria Faulkner, the Minister responsible for Gender Affairs, in support of the elimination of violence against women.
Ever heard the saying, image is everything? Whether you believe it or not, people often relate to you by your appearance. Landing that job may depend not only on your resume, but on how you put yourself together for the interview. This week, we talk about the importance of being appropriately dressed while giving you a few styling tips. And yes, you can do it on a budget.
We understand the challenging economic times, so we've decided to give you tips on how to stay fashionable on a budget. We've enlisted the help of Garmic's Heart Academy graduate Kishan Hawthorne. He'll be teaching us how to stay stylish. So Kishan, what do we have today?
Well, Kerry, today we have 3 amazing looks for the lady on the go. The first one is a corporate lady who has the after work jam. So we're going to tune it up a little bit, right? Yes. So lose the jacket, lose the pumps, and just add a statement neck piece. Just enhance the look.
Nice, Kishan, I like the look. But what about the woman who's transitioning from a semi-formal type setting to a family gathering?
Well, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. She just lose the jacket and lose the pumps and just add a simple, nice flat shoes and just put on a nice accessory just to jazz it up a little bit more. To look punky and look flirty at the same time.
I really like that look, especially the cut of the dress. What's that called?
The asymmetric cut, which is the style line of the dress.
I learned some things today. All right, so you know it's Christmas and we're always having formal events. How do you switch it up from workwear to a formal function?
The lady is wearing an outfit that is suitable for the office wear, but yes, still she can change it from workwear to a formal function. Just lose the jacket, just add a pearl earring, just add a puffy skirt, but yes, still you're going to look well designed for the function.
Kishan, I'm loving all the looks, the flirty look, the semi-formal look, the formal look. I really like it. No, but don't laugh at me. You can't just leave me. What about me, right? You can't leave me high and dry.
Yourself, man. You're on the Kishan. The only thing you just need to do is just spice up your makeup more. And that's it for you.
So Kishan just mentioned makeup. Nicola Johnson is going to be giving us makeup tips to go with the fabulous styles. All right, Nicola, thank you. All right, you saw all the styles, the formal, semi-formal, and so on. How do we change the look from day to evening?
All right, well, Carrie, the first thing we want to do is focus on the eyes and the lips. Once you have the eyes popping with the lips, then we have a complete look for the evening. Being that they're already made up from in the morning, we already have powder on, so we just dab a little powder on, brighten the eyes, brighten the lips. For the first model, with her gold accessory, what I would do is add a little more gold eyeshadow on, being that she already had that on.
Okay.
Pop in a little darkness on the outer corner of the eyes, and add a popping red lipstick to go with that.
Okay.
The second model, which is the flirty look.
Yes.
Right, for that she has a pink jacket on. I would go with a more burnt orange lipstick to pop with her hair color along with her jacket. And the eyes are fine.
All right, what about the third look, the formal look?
For her complexion, I would go with a more plum look. She already has a plum liner on, so I would brighten the plum lips with the liner. She won't need to go and buy a lipstick for that, and add some clear gloss. And then for the eyes, she can go more with a smoky look.
Loving the ideas, and hopefully one day I can actually work them in, for myself. We're looking now at the woman on a budget. What are some of the must-have products that she should have in her makeup bag?
Yes, Carrie, everybody we know is on a budget. Definitely. So in our little bag, we want to have a face powder. If we don't wear face powder, then we can use oil blotting sheets, a lip liner, which we can use with some gloss rather than buy a lipstick. We can use an eyeliner to intensify the look, like a black liner, blue liner, whatever choice you choose.
Okay. Oh, simple.
And also, let me comment on the eyeshadows. If we're going to intensify the eyeshadow, we can use our fingertips to put it on. We can use a Q-tip to blend. As you know, we're on a budget, so we don't need to go out and buy an expensive brush. And we can get all these things from the drugstore or pharmacy.
Thank you so much, Nicola. The tips were fabulous. Thank you. All right, so we've moved from clothes to makeup, now accessories. A visit to your local accessory store would yield affordable earrings, necklaces, rings, and the like. But do you want to stand out on a budget? Why not try the extraordinary and made-in-jail brand of accessories? They're one-of-a-kind handcrafted pieces from the women of the Fort Augusta Correctional Center, and they're affordable. Be sure to call to get your set. I hope our little session gave you some ideas on how to be fashionable on a budget. Until next time, happy shopping.
How many of you think it's cute when you have your little 5-year-old, 7-year-old, 10-year-old, and you have your friends, maybe your relatives, your sisters, your brother, and one drop come on, and she's there doing the one drop, and you say, ah, ha, ha, you laugh, and you say, no man, cute. And she goes to school or in the classroom, and everybody is doing it. And when you hear, she gets punished for it. So are we being hypocritical parents? If you want your children to be raised to respect others, you have to, in turn, respect them so that they can respect you.
Don't forget, no, just to know yourself's a blessing. Don't forget, no.
Boys will be boys, and the research shows that when they are empowered, they can do awesome things. This week's School Zone takes us to Jose Marti Technical High and a peek at their Boys' Day.
They can't keep a good man down. Always keep a joy when they want me to frown.
It's all about the boys today on School Zone. Yes, it's Boys Day at Jose Marti Technical High School, and we're giving you highlights. Stick around.
Swear!
Trabajando y estudiando para el hombre total. That's Spanish for working and studying to be the total man. It's the motto for the Jose Marti Technical High School in St. Catherine. Quite fitting for its annual Boys Day celebrations, where we were schooled that the males of this institution see themselves as men. So why have a Boys Day?
We are always looking for things to motivate our boys. We know that in Jamaica, the rate at which our boys are performing is not like the girls, and so we're always trying to find means by which we can motivate them, recognize their efforts, because our boys here have been improving steadily over the years.
You come to school and they teach you about chemistry, so you can be a chemist. You come to school, they can teach you about mathematics, so you can be a mathematician. But the most important thing in our life, which is to be men. To be a man is to represent God himself, to represent Christ, and that we need training for.
Rise to the occasion, look at yourself and say you're strong. No one can stop you.
Over 300 young men came out for the Jose Marti Technical's Boys Day. Your attitude determines your altitude was the driving theme for an exciting program which saw successful men encouraging the young boys to follow in their footsteps.
One thing I know, the wise man learns from the mistakes of others, while the foolish man learns from his own mistakes. So if we are talking about a better country in the future, you must be very involved in it because of your country in the future. That's how it about. Everybody pray with me, I say. Good. So if that means that the development of the country is dependent on the young people, then the young people have to first develop themselves. All on have potential. All on have great potential. But potential by itself is nothing. If you don't focus on making yourself capable, if you don't focus on making yourself better in school, then you're going to enjoy 5 years and suffer 50 years.
So how important was this day to the young men?
This Boys Day activity is very important as it relates to boys' development. And in having activities like these, boys can get to realize their true potential, what they can do in order to develop themselves for the future.
It's a good thing because this has shown the young men of the society to be real men and to work hard.
School Zone thoroughly enjoyed the Jose Marti Boys Day and support the empowerment of all our men. How encouraging is it to see all these young men involved, developing not only themselves but also their school and their wider community. As their theme for today says, your attitude determines your altitude. Till next time, for School Zone, I'm Tamara McKeel.
Rise to the occasion, look at yourself and say you're strong. No one can stop you, oh, yeah. Rise to the occasion, go ahead, you know.
And that's how we close today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. Thanks for staying with us. Do remember to visit our website, gis.gov.jm. Follow us on Twitter @GIS News or send an email to jamaicamagazine@gis.gov.jm. I'm Audrey Williams, and this has been Jamaica Magazine. Another program comes your way tomorrow. Take care, and thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.